believe we have my coach, Robert J. Moore.
All
And
right, guys, enjoy. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a great day. And
Good morning.
Robert, sorry, Bill Walsh couldn't make it. He's having some technical issues, I believe, he's out in South Africa traveling. And so Robert has kindly pushed up his appointment from 11:30 to now, which is perfect. So with that, I give you Mr. Robert J. Moore. I don't know which direction. There we are.
I'm just here.
There you go.
How you
Robert,
doing? Good morning, everybody. I'm Robert J. Moore. I don't know what you want here. I got Forbes, I got Guinness World Records, movies, you name it. I've been on stage with all the top people in the world. You take it from there. Google me. You Google me, you'll know what I'm about. Basically, you know what's the topic again? I know it. I just want, there's a reason why I'm doing this.
Financial freedom.
Okay, she she picked this because she's seen some things I was going through the other day. It was hilarious. And financial freedom. I used to think it was, having abundance of money and just being go, financial freedom. Today, as I learned, and after being on stage, everybody with The Secret and Think You Grow Rich and this and that, and all the top people I know, and got to sit and talk to them, have lunch with them, I got to realize that financial freedom is different for everybody. Everybody has their own little thoughts of financial freedom. And it seems like the more and more I get into the personal traits and everything else and growing, I learned that financial freedom for me, and what I teach people is, if you have no bills, and all your bills, your mortgage and your stuff is all done, your hydro bill, your taxes and everything is all paid for, you could be absolutely broke with one penny, or maybe even one penny. That's financial freedom. You're free from that money for another month. Now, abundance of money would mean the extra flow afterwards, so you could go around, travel, and own your own jet, whatever you want to do, right? So I've learned that hard way. Now, I'm going to start a little bit about what I've learned about money as a child. I didn't know what money was. The reason why is because I turned out at 13 and a half years old, I started drinking. I didn't really see money. I just saw booze, and then later on drugs, and 17 years in jail for all the crying out loud stuff I did. So I'm now going on 20 years clean and sober this year. But here's the thing. When it came to money, money was greediness to me, because if I didn't have it, I didn't have anything. So I acted prematurely, broke into places, robbed places, beat people up for money. And because money became something I needed bad to get my booze or pay for whatever I needed. Now, I didn't want that $5 sandwich because it would ruin that, $200 booze I was having, the nice high I was having. I didn't want a sandwich to ruin the high. So I didn't care about that. I cared more about the booze at the time. My priorities were so bad. When you're a bad alcoholic drug addict, you don't care about where you live. You don't care about any of that stuff. What you care about is money coming in. When I sobered up, it was a big alert to me, because I realized that I had to learn how to put in perspective all those emotions differently, learn how to kind of adjust to the fact that money wasn't all that important. It was my passion that was important. See, today I teach people, you put your passion out there, the money will follow. So, I mean, put this way, you buy a new car, you buy a Lexus, you buy, Dodge, whatever you want to buy, go and buy it. You hardly ever see that before. Hardly ever see that car before. All of a sudden you buy it, and you see them everywhere. You're attracting that. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing as passion. When you're doing the passion, you're sitting there saying, okay, guys, don't focus on the money, focus on your passion. What is your passion? You love helping people. How do you like helping people? How do you express that? How do you go about doing that? It's like mind mapping. When you actually do the physical mind mapping and you actually move forward with it, So when I started off doing my map, it was Tony Robbins and myself, because I was a therapist for 15 years afterwards, after getting clean and sober. The reason why I did that is because I saw the way he was helping people and I liked it. But then I couldn't figure out the strategy he was doing until I did the mind map. So, I mean, here's all the stuff he was doing, how he was doing it, where he was doing it, what type of clothes he was wearing. He's always wearing black. Why? Because he doesn't want people to focus on him. He wants people to focus on the strategy he's using, right? So I learned that early in the game. I learned that it's the best way to do it is get people unfocused to what they're doing right now and make them realize that the different focus is there. That's a hard thing to do. So when I'm up on stage talking for an hour and a half, 2 hours, or whatever it may be, I've hosted a lot of events. I've hosted a lot of events. So when I'm up there talking, and if I see people starting to lure off, you know what? What you do is to reset their mind. Put your hand in the air, like kind of like, hey, is this person, whatever, right? Kind of put it up in the air. What happens is with the brain is it resets that, gets their attention back to you. So it's amazing how something simple like that can work. So when you're focusing on helping those people do their passion so they can earn more money to be freedom, right? Be free of their bills, to be abundance of money afterwards. You have to get their attention. You got to talk their language. I didn't realize that the very first time I've ever spoke, because I was all over the place back then. I mean, I didn't know what to speak. He gave me a topic and I was talking about boats instead of talking about money or whatever it may be. It was hilarious. But I learned as I went on. Then I got in competitions and stuff like that. And when I started seeing the value of me speaking to other people and how to read their body language, physiology of their facial expressions, and whatever it may be, I got to learn that that's how you help people. You got to go to their level and you got to help them. So I remember, I'm not going to say their name, people that came to me, they were about ready to do bankruptcy. Literally, they were doing six figures before. They were about ready to do bankruptcy. I walked them through a process because they were too focused on bills, too focused on the things that were happening negatively around them. What happened was when they started changing that negative to a positive and started attracting more stuff, they end up not doing the bankruptcy. They end up growing six figures again, possibly seven figures, I'm not sure. And they're happy now. Their bills are paid. They actually own a second home now, and they're renting that one out. So to me, that when I sit back and look at what I teach people and how they react to it, tells me I'm doing the right thing. So when it goes to my house, when I sit there in my house, and I sit there tonight, when I go in, I see my daughter come in. She's walking around. I'll see her smiling, happy, whistling, whatever she's doing. And my son, all happy. My wife happy, making dinner and stuff like that. To me, that's signs of me doing the right thing. So that's paying the bills. Nobody else is in debt there. And, that's freedom to me. That's comfortable freedom. When I mean, hey, I've seen other people get really, really, really stressed. So I don't know where I was. Where was I?
You were talking about your daughter and how you like your family happy. That's freedom.
Yeah. So I mean, like when I have my daughter go by and she's smiling at, and believe it or not, she's actually working. She's 19 right now. My son, he's in school. He's only 7. My wife, I mean, we're going on like 8 years together, and she never used to be the one to get up and do all the cleaning and stuff like that. But when all the bills are paid, the fridge is full, everything, like there's food in the cupboards and that's freedom to me, because we don't have to be stressed out on where that money's coming from or how that money comes. I don't get bills in the mail. I don't get bills in the mail at all. I got a registered letter the other day, and sitting there saying that it was about a will that I'm going to be receiving, but I don't know why, because my mom's not deceased yet. So she could have handed that to me instead of doing it the other way. But here's the thing. Stop focusing on the money. Start focusing on what your passion is. I've worked with Marianne for maybe 5 1/4 now. And you know what? We've talked about this numerous times about focusing on the passion. She has a lot of passion, a lot. I mean, she's doing this right now. I remember the very first time I said to her, "So listen, I got a favor to ask you, and you're not allowed to say no." And she goes, "What is it?" I said, "Well, I need you to speak. You're gonna be interviewed." She goes, "Oh, let me go get makeup." She ran out, got all that makeup, and you know, now she's like, "I don't give a shit no more." You know what I mean? Like, here's the thing: you grow into what you want to believe you want to be, right? If you want to be something down the road, if you want to be an electrician, you have to earn that. You have to earn that into it, right? If you want to be a real estate agent, you can't just pop up, say, "Oh, I'm going to start selling houses." You have to do the training. We're training our bodies to actually attract other people. You got a job. You got a job. If you're writing books, I don't care what you're doing. You got to find a way to attract those other people. So basically, you're giving a solution to a problem. When you're given that solution to a problem, you're learning to attract the people to you, right? Now, I do things when you don't see me on Facebook for a while, like I haven't been on for a while, I usually come up with something big. I usually come up with something big. Last time, years ago, I did this. It was a Guinness World Record, as you see over here. And different books that I've wrote with different people, or I was on stage with different people, you know, like people I go out for lunch with and surprise people with. You know, I don't like to overly adjust the fact, "Oh, look at me, look at me." I just like to show tangible proof of things, and it's a lot easier. So my proof of being financial freedom is I don't care if I'm broke, bills are paid. Now, abundance of money is when I can start traveling, is when I can start going on these private jets. I remember it was a year and a half ago, I went to my coach, and there was other private jets going like 500 and some odd kilometers an hour. I went and took off. I felt my head go right back there. I felt that it was nice. You know, it was a big difference because I wasn't supposed to be on that plane. It was a fluke how we got that plane. You know, and I'm thinking to myself, if I owned one of these, you know, I can go anywhere. But then the dreams start kicking in. You can have a dream anytime you want. You can put it on your bulletin board. You can put it on anything. You do a vision board or whatever you may be. But the thing is, you have to do the prerequisites in between, even to have money. If you don't have prerequisites of attracting people in, if you attract people outwards, where are you going to make that money? So be free with the things you're doing. Let yourself adjust to what they're doing. Now, listen, when I first started coaching, I got social service worker diploma, addiction degree, BA in psychology, master's in counseling psychology, and a bunch more. I could have started talking about psychology. I could have started talking about different things in life like that. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Pardon my language. Nobody wants to hear that. Why? Because it's boring. So what I had to do is I had to send out a bunch of things out there, you know, and say, "Hey, listen, what is attracting you to this? What attracts you to that? What keeps you kicking? What gets you up in the morning?" All these different surveys I put out for years. And when I started doing that, I started seeing a pattern of what helps people with their solutions, right? They have a problem, but they need a solution. And 90% of people don't have a solution because they're so stuck in the mud. I was stuck in the mud for a long time. Like I said, I was a drug addict, alcoholic, and then out of jail for 17 years. I mean, I was working for the bikers and the mob. And I mean, anybody knows me knows that. That's the true fact. I mean, it's right in my documentary too, which Marianne was in. And here's the thing: nobody gets recognized with credibility for doing nothing. You have to do something. You have to earn it, right? So the credibility sometimes comes with a lot of money. That's your passion. You got to figure out your passion. Once you start figuring out that passion, the money will follow. So to me, again, abundance of money is overly having the money. Money, the freedom of money to me is having the bills paid, but being broke don't matter if you're broke or not, you know, but as long as you're free from that money, that's holding you bondage. You don't have a lien on your car, lien on your house. You don't owe anybody any money, whatever it may be. And that's comfortable. makes you feel really good about yourself. Now it's a time to go the extra mile to have the extra money. I've seen millions and millions and millions in my bank account. I mean, I've seen it, seen all that, and I was literally bored because I reached the top and I forgot to bring people with me. So you could be you could be a millionaire and just be like, oh wow, what do I do now? Like I don't like this. Now that's why I teach. Do your passion. Do the passion. Bring people with you. Teach them how to do it. You have the freedom. Plus, above that, it's easy to earn. Just do your passion. Let it come to you. You know, I've learned that through the people from The Secret, Think and Grow Rich. You know, Napoleon Hill, and other aspects of people out there like Tony Robbins and a bunch of other people. It's crazy. It's crazy. The simplest things will get you the furthest. And that's so true. And it's so true. A lot of people don't realize that we overlook things and we make things more complicated because we're complicated people. You know what I mean? It's a straight fact. We are complicated people. Do you think the first time I got in Forbes, I wanted to be in there? I didn't care about being in there. You know what I mean? But Marianne said to me, she gave me a good pointer there as someone that was working with me. You should get in there. You deserve to be in there. Not only that, it's better you're in there so that people look up to you, especially when like, and this is a student of mine telling me that. She goes, I don't want to pass you. I want to be able to be learning by you. So get in there. So I got in there. I've been in there like 3 times or something like that. So so and now she's been in a lot of them too. I also mentioned her in there so that she could actually sit there and say she was in Forbes and then got her into USA and all these other different places. It was beautiful. Hey, Marianne?
It's true. It's true. But now he's making me sound like I'm a horrible client. Get in there. Get into Forbes. Because
Well,
when
no,
you're
I never said client.
Forbes,
I
it's easier for me to get into
I
Forbes.
said student. Clients. Client. I refer to clients as someone that has, in the past, I worked with the mental stabilities, and that's why I was a therapist, right? Help people with different areas. So that's why I never say client. I find that very, to me, I mean, it's a different world.
But I say client. So
Well, you're allowed to say anything you want. I mean, that's okay by me. I'm just saying that's how I feel. But when it comes down to yourself and you're telling me to get in there, I mean, I really appreciate that because I was being selfish and sitting there saying, I don't want to be, oh, look at me, look at me, look at me. Right. Here I am in Forbes. Well, it is what it is now. You know what I mean? Now I'm in there. It's okay. I mean, now I get in there once or twice a year and all these different ones. So yeah, I appreciate it.
yeah, no, it's great. Now we're both in Forbes and USA Today. And
And a few others.
Journal was my last one. And then CEO was the other one. And then L was so much fun for me to get into because L was something that I used to buy when I was a kid. I was 16 years old buying L magazine. So to be in L magazine was like, wow. You know, even though of course Forbes is like huge and USA Today, twice in USA Today, actually. That was cool. Forbes a few times, right? So all good.
Well, it's like when I was a kid, I said, oh, Guinness World Record. Oh, I can't wait to be in there. And then all of a sudden it happened. It's like, okay, what next? You know what I mean? Like it's a kid opening the gift he's wanted all year round. Finally, he gets that gift and just leaves it laying on the ground. You know what I mean? Like the excitement's over once you have it in your hand. So it's crazy how it works that way. It's just like same with money. You know what I mean? When you actually have that goal of hit that $1 million, it's like, okay, if you have it given to you, I can guarantee you'll blow it faster than when you did when you earned it, because you won't know the aspect of earning it. Now, I went from $1 million to being broke to $1 million, and I've learned that once you're at the $1 million and you go broke, you can still earn it because you know the way, you know the path, and that's, like I say, I'd like to say the passion. I talk to everybody about passion. I mean, everybody has a passion, a way about them. Just have to figure out what niche they're working in. Got to figure out who they want to work with, who they want to attract, who they want to talk to. They want what ages, male, female. Or they want to be local. They want to be global. What? So, and go from there. So, I'm actually
Excellent.
going to leave it there.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And thank you for taking the earlier slot. This is what
Well,
happens
I
when
don't mind because I mean, I'm actually doing coding right now,
Mhm.
and that takes a lot of thought to do all the coding that I'm doing.
Yes, it's exciting. And we'll have to have you on once that's done so you can tell us all about it. So thank you so
Yeah,
much, Robert.
no
Always a
problem.
pleasure listening
Appreciate
to
it.
you.